Hey, friends. So we are here and we're chatting with Jess Ingram and Janice Yeater. They are students that have graduated the Novice to Luminary program. They've gone through their full 12 weeks. They have gone from Reiki 1 all the way to Master. And we're just going to talk about their experience today. So thank you so much for being here, friends.
Hi.
Hello.
All right. So, my first question to you would be, how would you describe your overall experience with the Novice to Luminary program?
I think it's been a really great experience. I've worked through a lot of things within myself. I've learned a lot about myself. I've kind of shifted the way I think on certain things. I feel like it has really, learning Reiki has really given me a lot more patience. And of course, you're a fabulous teacher.
Thank you.
So it's been a really great experience, very magical experience. It's been fun.
Okay, Janice, same question to you.
So for me, it's really been a reawakening and a coming back into myself. Like my me self, not my mom, not my me mom self, not my me wife self, not my me professional self, but my true inner me and how I want to show up in the world and how I hope to help others and see healing. And it's been an amazing journey so far.
I mean, on my side of it, it's been really incredible to watch how you've both grown and how you've applied Reiki into different areas of your life. And I know, like with Janice, she's just been getting like all of these amazing, great ideas of ways that she can like create a really incredible business through it. Just witnessing you guys doing that as well has been such a beautiful experience for me as well. So thank you for sharing that. So the next question is, what specific aspects of the program did you find the most beneficial or impactful on your journey? Like if you could think back to like one pivotal moment where you were just like, oh my gosh, like this big light bulb moment. Did you experience any of those?
I don't know that it was necessarily a light bulb moment, but the first time that I saw a client's chakra color, that was like absolute magic to me. And it's just gotten better and better ever since, and stronger. And that's kind of been like the catalyst to keep going and doing it.
Right. You struggled a little bit with like being able to visualize and things like when we first began. So to see now that you're able to now see colors and see the chakras and to be able to see specific things, it's been really cool. It's been really cool to watch you go through that. How about you, Jess?
Um, I think for me, it was just really amazing the first time I felt that energy flow and come in, like flow through my hands. I mean, it's just, it's such an amazing thing. And just also how simple it is. You know, you don't realize how simple it is until you get in and you start learning it. And it's really effortless.
Really is. It is a very simple practice to learn. And I think the thing that I personally really enjoy about Reiki the most is that it like you're basically built into these spiritual hygiene practices that when you do them daily, you feel really good in your energy. And even when you don't feel good in your energy, then you already have like these tools that you can just reach to that are so helpful. And it's not that other things that you do outside of Reiki are not. It's just there's something about the energy of doing like grounding with Reiki symbols or doing like the Reiki principles and like just other tools, right? All right. So the next question I have for you is, how has your understanding and practice of Reiki evolved throughout the program?
Well, I guess like for me, I mean, involvement was kind of natural, I guess, whenever, you move through one and you're not learning, you don't know the symbols and all that. And then when you go into two and then you learn all those symbols, I use the symbols all the time. So I use the symbols to ground daily. I feel like it just grounds me much better. Uh, so yeah, just naturally evolving along with the program as you learn more.
Yeah, absolutely. How about for you, Janice?
Mhm. I think it has been a natural progression, but I thought it was really interesting as we went through the program, and things that we were getting ready to learn were things that I was thinking of, or things that I had started to try on a little bit. And then we talked about it, and I was like, wait, you mean I did the thing before I knew the thing? That's awesome. Like, that's been the coolest part for me, is like, it's been very affirming. It's been very like, this is the right path. This is what is supposed to be happening right now. Very invigorating, and just that, I don't know. It's been a very neat journey so far.
All right. Now the next one. This one could be a little bit of a difficult question. Did you encounter any challenges during the program? And if you did, how did you overcome them?
My own limited beliefs or limiting beliefs. I think it was something that I kind of had to play with, especially at the beginning, because the I am from a very open community where it's a college town, and there's a lot of alternative ideas and beliefs that go around. And so that part wasn't limiting, but the piece of me that grew up thinking, oh, that's hippy dippy stuff, I don't know what you're doing, like that part that likes to push things that don't fall into certain categories out into the, yeah, I don't have time for that land. I think that's been the hardest part, like those non-tangible pieces, but they're the pieces that like ignite my soul. And that's what I've been able to see now, is, yeah, that might be something that I'm still like, okay, it's a little hippie, but oh well. Um, it also makes me smile and gives me energy that I haven't had all day, because I've been doing the things that don't actually fuel that piece of me.
Yeah, overcoming those judgments sometimes can be a challenge of its own, right? How about for you, Jess?
So I feel like I had a lot of challenges going on in my life at the time going through the program, but I don't feel like I had any challenges with Reiki itself. Um I've just been really challenged to keep up. I guess like be consistent is one thing. Like being consistent with like the morning routine. That was I have a hard time with consistency sometimes. So that was a bit of a challenge, but I did notice on days that I didn't do like the morning hygiene, I felt it. So I definitely try to take out an extra, just it doesn't even take long. Just take out an extra couple of minutes so I can be consistent with it. Really, I would say that'd probably be the only challenge would be keeping
Amazing.
consistent.
Well, yeah, and I'd also like to remind you too that like as you go through these Reiki activations through your level 1, your level 2, and your level 3, is also sometimes you can be presented with personal challenges because you're going through something called like a Reiki detox, right? And a lot of times things are being brought to the surface for you to heal or to move through, or for you to even just acknowledge. And that can sometimes be a challenge for some as well. And I think that's where this program makes it really unique because most people will just go to a Reiki weekend class and then that's it. They're done. Goodbye, good luck, have fun. Whereas inside of Novice to Luminary, like I'm with you every step of the way so that when you do encounter those maybe Reiki detox personal challenges, it gives you a space where you can feel safe to express like what is going on for you. Because I think that's something that really challenges some people is like, and really blocks the throat chakra for many is they don't feel like they're in a safe space to express what is really going on for them. So even though Jess, your experience was more of the personal things, maybe a lot of those things were coming up um, just to show you something, like to show how resilient you are, or to show you like, hey, when we apply a Reiki to this situation, maybe it helps alleviate some things, you know?
Yes, and it was nice when I was going through what I felt like was more like a physical purge, like my body just purging things. It was nice to be able to apply Reiki, like, and use Reiki on myself to help alleviate some of those symptoms as well. Because, I got sick and I had the bladder infection and I have the abscess tooth and like I just kind of had everything happening. So it was nice to be able to help alleviate some of that for myself.
Beautiful. I love that. And I agree. That's one of the most beautiful things about Reiki is that it is such a good tool to have in your own toolkit, even if you just want it for your own personal healing and reasons. Like it's just such a beautiful practice to help yourself. And then if you decide to help others with it, then that's just even more beautiful as well.
I agree.
All right. So the next question, in what ways do you feel the program has contributed to your spiritual growth and emotional well-being?
Well, I feel like I feel more connected and more open, I would say. Um, it's helped me, like we discussed before, getting more into just daily routine of taking care of myself, doing that grounding and protection and doing Reiki on myself. I feel like that's really it just really helps open you up, and incorporating meditation into it. I just feel a lot more connected and a lot more present.
Girl. Um, I mean, like I said, it's been such a reawakening of all of those things that make up me. And that's spiritual, that's emotional, that's family, that's like all of those pieces, all of those core beliefs, all of those hidden pieces from the rest of the world that I haven't really allowed space for quite some time. I think that that's where a lot of the healing and the work has been, is really being okay with getting back to me. Like I don't know if that entirely answers that, but
No, it absolutely does because it's like the evolutionary process that we go through, right? Because usually, like as young children, we have all of these magical beliefs, and then we start to get into these programs and we start to change our beliefs and get into limiting beliefs and all of the things. So it is coming back into like that light, coming back into that being and embodying it on a whole new level, which then connects all of your bodies, right? Like your spiritual body, your emotional body, your mental body, your physical body, just helps bring all of that back into an alignment where you just get to be the embodiment of like who I am without all of the hats and without all of the titles. Like, who is this? Who is this? and you really get to discover that again and create a new relationship, which is probably one of the most beautiful experiences when you're doing any kind of healing modality training, like really, because it always starts with you first when you're learning, right? Because you need to be in a place where you can provide for others. And if you're not taking care of yourself first, then you're not going to be able to help others. So it's really a beautiful evolutionary embodiment of coming back into the self. So I love that. Absolutely. Have you noticed any changes in your ability to manifest or attract positive experiences since beginning the program? I'm excited to hear your answers on this one. And they can be small. And like to give you an example, Janice, because I can see the wheels turning for you, is you're getting those intuitive hits where it's like, ooh, let's play with crystals. And the next class we do, we're learning about crystals, like just those little things.
Yeah, I mean, I think that is for sure, like, going through and looking at the chakra uh class that you have inside of the novice to luminary.
The chakra specialist course. Yep.
Yeah, really, like, as we started diving more and learning more about the, like, Reiki and the practices, that ended up being something that I was called to. And then I think the next time we met, we were talking about the chakras. And then the next time it was like, and how are the crystals infected? And I was like, yes, because I saw this and I saw that, and that was a color, and this is a thing. Wait a second, you mean that was real? Like, I think a lot of this has been that kind of way for me, where it's like, wait, you mean that wasn't just a Lolo kind of thing? That's like everybody did that? Okay.
Yeah. Just validating all that hippy dippy doo doo, right?
It's true though. Yeah. Like, there is, yeah. I mean, I've always called it like hippy dippy, touchy feely, that kind of stuff, Um, I've always been interested in it. It's always been like things that I am called to or drawn to. It's things that I love learning about. But doing it through this class with you too has been very affirming and very, like, it's not just reading a book, or it doesn't feel as ethereal. It feels more tangible, more real, because it's shared.
I definitely feel like I'm attracting more positive experiences. And I will just throw work out there. I was experiencing so much negativity at work before, as you know. Um, and I'm really not experiencing that anymore. But you know what? I'll be throwing them symbols around and protecting my little cubicle.
Yeah, girl.
I feel like it makes the day so much better because I was usually done before lunch with all the drama and stuff that would happen at work. I was usually done before lunch even came. Like that, I'm just emotionally done. But I have not had any issues at all with negativity at work. So that's a huge, huge plus.
Yes, that is always good because that helps your energy in the long run too, right?
Yes, I would be so drained just from all like the gossip and drama and negative people. I mean, it just drains you.
Yeah. It just leaks your energy right out, especially if you don't know how to properly protect your spaces, right?
Yes, I'll be
So,
protecting my space now. Nobody's getting in there.
no flies on me, girl. Mm-mm.
Uh-uh.
I love that. I love it so much. Okay, so the next question is, how do you plan to integrate Reiki into your daily life moving forward? And I mean, I feel like both of you have already done a really huge Reiki integration, but what does the future of Reiki look like for you? Like, what plans do you have for your future, both like personal and professional, if you have any?
I definitely am going to continue to use Reiki on myself. I almost never feel any pain anymore. My low back and my hips were kind of like the last lingering bit of pain that I had been having. And I haven't had, like, I don't have any pain at all. Like, I'm 100% pain free. So that's like a huge thing for me. So not only will I continue to use it on myself, but the people around me benefit from it as well. I use it on my animals. I'll continue to use it on my animals. And of course, I want to continue to get more fluid in it where it's just second nature. And I don't have to pull that book out to kind of like, okay, now what's next, you know? And then I would love to build a business where I'm working on other people.
That. Love that. I see that for you, Jess. I do. I know, like before you signed up, I was like, girl, I see you as a teacher. And you're like, I just want to heal people. I'm like, I don't know. Let's wait and see. And then I think the last time we talked, you're like, yeah, actually, I could see myself teaching. And I'm like, yeah, girl.
I think that right now it's about peace in my home between my dogs, my kids, my partner, my family, my friends. Really helping using the Reiki to get us to a place of peace and kind of centeredness. Ultimately, I really like the idea of doing a business around Reiki for emotional support animals and their handlers. I've been doing a lot with my dogs and working with them, and they're theoretically going to have babies, and I really want that to be something that we work on as a family. And that's an overarching goal that I have no idea how long will take. But it is definitely something that I'm interested in, and it's exciting to me.
I love that. Bringing like balance and harmony into the home space is so incredibly important, especially if it feels disharmonious, right? Because that's only going to help contribute to your growth, both personally and professionally as well. So that's a great goal. Did you find the community support and interaction valuable during the program? And then why or why not?
I definitely found the classes, the community, the connections that have been made very helpful, and not just for Reiki's sake, but for checking in sake and feeling like that sameness.
Yeah, like building that tribe of people that are also into the hippie dippy do, right?
Right. Definitely. I think it's great to go through it with somebody else. So you can share your experiences and you can see the similarities or the differences, and you can learn from, you know, even just watching Janice, you know, I learned from her. And it's also nice to have people to reach out to when you have a question, you know, and just to be able to say, hey, like this is happening, you know, what do you think about this? Or, you know, just nice to have like-minded people who know what you're going through to talk to and that are there to support you.
Absolutely.
And I feel
Absolutely, because
like it never felt weird. You know what I mean? It's just natural, just like, you know, we're just all friends, just hanging out, having some fun with this hippy dippy shit.
I love that you guys don't get offended about that.
oh, not at all, girl, not at all. I get called worse than hippy dippy, so don't you worry. No,
It
I love it so much. And like also sometimes like the Reiki journey can be really lonely. And that's what I experienced when I went through my Reiki classes because they were literally just weekend classes. And then like, here you go, you're done, bye, have fun. And as I was going through the process of like the Reiki detox and the learning and the trying and all of the things, it just felt so lonely. And not only that, but I was constantly questioning everything I was doing. Like, am I doing this right? Am I doing that right? Am I like, what am I doing? And like, really, for me, my experience was I was left alone to figure it out for the most part. And I was like, I do not want other healers to feel that way. And this is exactly why I created Novice to Luminary so that anybody that comes into the classes together, and they're just small, intimate classes. Like, I normally only have maximum of 3 people come in because it is a lot of energy work and it is a lot of things that are going on inside of the program. And I was like, I don't want anybody to ever feel this lonely on the journey. And I think my experience really helps to develop this program. So I'm very thrilled and so happy that you guys kind of retained that vision that I had inside of this program. So that makes me very happy and proud. And mostly, I just want to be like so thankful to both of you for trusting me and being the person to take you on this journey. And it's just been an absolute honor. It's been an absolute privilege. And I have just so enjoyed working with each of you so much. So, so much. Okay. Next questions. Um, what what would you say to somebody who is considering joining this program? Like, what would be something that you would say to just be like, this is the selling point, or this is the benefit, or this is like, what would you say to somebody if they were to go, hey, Jess, I saw you on that interview with Anna, and I was just really curious. Can I ask you some questions? Like, what are some things that you would say to them?
I feel like it's a major self-care move for one, because you're constantly, you're able to care for yourself on a whole other level. Um, but it's just really so beneficial in everyday life. So I feel like everybody should at least know Reiki 1. Um, but I can't imagine only knowing Reiki 1 because I've done the whole program. So you just got to get in and do the whole program because it's so fun and it's so magical and you learn so many things. You learn so many things that you just carry around with you all the time. Even little things like putting some symbols on the car so you can, move through traffic a little better, little things that you wouldn't even think about where you can just apply this to your everyday life. Um, I would say just get out and do it.
Absolutely. Reiki life hacks. Maybe that should be my new hashtag.
That should be.
Great, Janice. So same question to you. What would you say if a future potential person was looking at joining Novice to Luminary, what would be your words of encouragement or what would you say to them?
Do you know how to make an energy ball?
Mic drop.
I
That's it.
I know you know, but I told my daughter because she's very skeptical. She's very much that piece of me and her dad that's like, and I was like, do you know how to make an energy ball? And she rolled her eyes at me. And I was like, you start like this, and when you feel the energy, you just make it bigger. And then you make it bigger. And then you make it bigger, and you see how big you can make it. And when you actually feel that ball, that's the beginning of Reiki. It's that energy. And when you can take that ball from me and create your ball and make it bigger, that's one of the coolest things ever. And that taking that leap, learning more and more about what that energy is and how it moves and how it can help you really heal and help others heal. Yeah, just try it. Jump. But I agree with Jess. I can't imagine stopping at Reiki 1.
There's just so much more fun stuff in there. I'm just saying.
There's just so much more.
Like
There's so much more fun
Reiki
stuff.
level 2 and advanced Reiki techniques, like, come on.
Advanced Reiki techniques really, like, to me, that was one of my favorite classes. Like, just that was one of my favorite classes. Like, really, that's where everything kind of went, oh, really now? It all just kind of click, 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 click.
Right. So your last question was going to be, what was your most favorite experience inside of the Novice to Luminary? I think for Janice, it's clearly advanced Reiki techniques, that entire class. But if there was a specific thing that you could choose, like what would be like your most favorite thing that you learned during this program?
The Reiki box.
Oh,
Reiki
yeah.
box.
Yeah, the Reiki box for me, I think that was like, that's one that I use on for actually for a lot of different things right now.
Love it. All right. Same question to you, Jess. What has been your favorite thing?
I would say symbols for sure. I love playing with the symbols. I love that I can cleanse my crystals and charge my crystals, and it's just so much fun to play with the symbols.
Symbols are so fun. And like, I love when people come into Reiki 1 because I know that that means that they're going to take a little bit of accountability and responsibility for their own healing. But then when they come into Reiki 2 after, I'm like, oh, girl, you don't even know what's about to happen to you. And it's going to be the most amazing thing.
Yeah, I love the symbols so much. They're just fun and you can apply them to anything, really. Like, ooh, let's do this and see what happens.
That
And
really
once you
gets you into
know
your
'em and
play, right?
yeah,
Yes.
once you know them and you can see them, it's even more interesting to see what happens next.
Yeah. I just got to get that big one.
Not like
I'm never
22
going to get
steps.
right.
Oh, amazing. Well, it has been so fun hanging out with both of you over the last 12 weeks and to see you learn, expand, evolve, and grow. And you both know that the journey doesn't end here. We've got that beautiful Facebook community space where if you ever need anything or ever need any support, I am always going to be there for you. There is a very special relationship that happens when a Reiki master and a student come together, and it's a bond that will never ever break unless like boundaries get crossed. But hopefully if you're in this energy, those types of things aren't going to happen anyway. So again, it's been such an honor. Thank you both so much for trusting me on this journey. It's just been such a fabulous time for me as well, and I just can't wait to see where you both go because I see big things for both of you, and I'm just so excited.